Hello students, in the previous class we were discussing about the vectors and the scalars, and we saw some difference between the scalars and vectors. In this class we will discuss the types of vectors, position vector, displacement vector. This concept we will see in detail. Let us start the types of vectors. Already we know that the quantity which has both magnitude and direction, that quantity we are calling vector. In the previous class already we seen that how to represent a given vector, that is by magnitude and by direction. Already we have seen. Now in this class let us start the different types of vectors, right? First one is polar vector. Polar vector. Polar vector. Polar vector means the vector quantity whose direction is along the direction of motion of the body. What that is? The vector quantity whose direction is along the direction of motion of the body. That vector we are calling polar vector. How to define here? See here. The vector quantity whose direction is along direction of motion of the body, is along direction of motion of the body, direction of motion of the body. See here, how to represent it. Now consider a particle moving along straight line. Shall I take? This is a particle, this particle moving along straight line. Right? The particle moves from A point to B point. By what displacement? Displacement A. A equal to how much? A equal to 30 meter. See here. Here displacement is a polar vector because the direction of the vector can be represented along the direction of motion of the body. In this direction body moves. Then the displacement also taken along the direction of motion. Or we can take one more example. Let us consider the particle moving with velocity 30 meter per second or 40 meter per second or 50 meter per second. See here. In this direction body moves. By what velocity? Shall I take this vector? This vector equal to 30 meter per second velocity. Right? Here the direction of this vector taken along the direction of motion of the body. Simply in what direction body moves, in the direction of vector has to be taken. This vector we are calling polar vector. Then we can represent so many examples for polar vector. See here. What are the examples for polar vector? Look at it. We can take example as the displacement. Displacement we can call. Right? Velocity we can call. Velocity. Then you can call the force, etc. The displacement, velocity and force and any other physical quantity. If the body is moving along same direction, the direction of vector has to be taken. Such vectors we are calling polar vectors. Then after this, one more type of vector, that we are calling axial vector. Right? Look at me, students. Axial vector means the vector quantity whose direction is along the direction of axis of rotation. The direction of vector can be taken along the direction of axis of rotation. Such vectors we are calling axial vectors. These axial vectors are also called as pseudo vectors. Shall I take the definition? In what way? the vector quantity, the vector quantity, the vector quantity in which its direction is along axis of rotation, is along axis of rotation, is along axis of rotation, axis of rotation is called as axial vector, is called as axial vector. How to take care? See students, let us consider a particle revolving in circular path by axis of rotation. Consider earth is revolving. See here, shall I take? This is the earth revolving like this, in this case, in this direction. In this direction earth is revolving. We can call this is nothing but axis of rotation of the earth. Earth has an angular momentum. Earth has a torque. Right? How to represent here vector? The direction of angular momentum of the torque can be taken along axis of rotation. This is nothing but axis of rotation. Are you following? If the body moves like this, then angular momentum of the torque acting along axis of rotation. I mean, the vector whose direction acting along axis of rotation, such vectors we are calling axial vectors. Shall I take a simple example? Let us take a fan. The fan has the rod, right? The rod we are calling axis of rotation. How the fan is revolving? Fan is revolving like this, in this direction. But how to the axial vector? Axial vector. See here, this is nothing but axial vector. This is the fan. How the fan is revolving? Like this fan is revolving. How to take the direction of angular momentum and torque? Direction of angular momentum and torque can be taken along the axis of rotation. Such vectors we are calling axial vectors. Then directly we can present so many examples for axial vector. See here. Shall we take the examples for axial vector? What can call the example? Example for axial vector that we are calling angular momentum. Angular momentum. Right. Second one, torque we can call. Torque, etc. we can call. These are all the examples for axial vector. What is the meaning of angular momentum and torque? We will learn in the upcoming chapters. Simply, any vector whose direction is along axis of rotation, such vectors we are calling axial vectors. After this, after the axial vector, let us take the one more type of vector that we are calling equal vectors. Equal vectors. Equal vectors. See here, two vectors are said to be equal if they having same magnitude and same direction. I am saying two vectors are said to be parallel if they having same direction and same magnitude. Such vectors we are calling equal vectors. First of all, let us write the definition of equal vectors. See here, two or more vectors are said to be equal. The vectors are said to be equal. Vectors are said to be equal. Said to be equal. If they have same magnitude and direction. Same magnitude and direction. Same magnitude and same direction. Same magnitude and same direction. Same magnitude and direction. Such vectors we are calling equal vectors. Shall I take an example for equal vectors? How they looks like equal vectors? See here, I will take it. This is the one vector represented by A. Any vector can be represented by a bar. Let us take one more vector. This is one more vector, right? Shall I represent? Represent by what quantity? Represent by big quantity, right? Consider both particles moving with acceleration, some acceleration I can call. Shall I take this particle moving by what acceleration? This much acceleration, 30 meter per second square. This also how much it is moving? This also 30 meter per second square. Two vectors of same magnitude and same direction. Let us take magnitude. Magnitude means value here. Value means A vector has magnitude 30 meter per second square and B vector also has 30 meter per second square, same magnitude. Then look at the direction. How the direction of this vector and this vector are the same here. I mean two vectors having same magnitude and same direction. Such vectors we are calling equal vectors. Then among equal vectors, what is the angle between them here? That is very important. See here, two vectors are in the same direction. Same direction means in between A and B there is no angle at all. In between A and B, no angle at all. So, for parallel vectors or equal vectors, we can call the angle between them. Angle between them is 0 degree. Angle between them is 0 degree for equal vectors. Are you following? Then let us take after this one more type of vector that we are calling anti-parallel vector. See here, anti-parallel vector. Anti-parallel vector. See here, anti-parallel means what? If two vectors of same magnitude but opposite in direction, such vectors we are calling anti-parallel vectors. Are you following? Shall I take here anti-parallel means what? Two vectors of same magnitude, but opposite in direction. Opposite in direction. Or called as anti-parallel vector. Or called as anti-parallel vectors. Shall I take an example? How the anti-parallel vectors are there already? ಎರಡು ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಕ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಇರಬೇಕು ಬಟ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಇರಬೇಕು ರೀ ಅಂತ ನಾವೇನು ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಆಂಟಿ ಪ್ಯಾರಲಲ್ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸಿ ಹಿಯರ್ ಹೌ ದ ಆಂಟಿ ಪ್ಯಾರಲಲ್ ಲುಕ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್. ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಟೇಕ್ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಒನ್ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್, ರೈಟ್? ವಾಟ್ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಇಸ್ ದಟ್? ಶಾಲ್ ಐ ಕಾಲ್ ದಿಸ್ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ A? How much this is? Now this may be 10 Newton force is a vector. I will take another vector. Look at it, this is another vector. Shall I take this vector? This vector equal to B. Again this value how much? 10 Newton. See here, two vectors of same magnitude. But what about the direction here? The direction, this is one direction, this is another direction. Two vectors of equal magnitude but opposite in direction are called as anti-parallel vectors. Then again, for anti-parallel vectors, what about the angle between two here? See here, shall I in one more manner? If this is one vector A, right? This is another vector, how much? This is B vector, right? What about angle between them here? That is 180. The looks like same situation here. Two vectors are in opposite in direction but same magnitude is there. That's what angle between two vectors and angle between two anti-parallel vectors. How much this is? Angle between two anti-parallel vectors. Angle between two anti-parallel vectors must be 180 degree. But for parallel vectors or equal vectors, what this is? For equal vectors, angle between them is 0 degree. For anti-parallel vectors, angle between them is 180 degree. Right? After this, let us see the one more type of vector, collinear vector. See here, collinear vector. Collinear vector. Collinear vector. This means two vectors of unequal magnitude but having same direction. Two vectors of unequal magnitude but having same direction. Such vectors we are calling collinear vector. How to define here? The vectors of unequal magnitude, but having same direction, are called as collinear vector. Collinear vectors. Very simple. Two vectors of unequal magnitude. Shall I show here? See, this is one vector. Shall I call? This is P vector. Of how much magnitude? Of this magnitude how much? 100 Newton. Shall I take one more magnitude here? One more vector. This is nothing but how much? Q vector I can call in this case. Q equal to how much? It may be how much? 50 Newton. Look at here. Two vectors of unequal magnitudes are available. But what about the direction? Direction is the same. That's what. Two vectors of unequal magnitude but having same direction are called as collinear vectors. Right? After this, let us take the one more type of vector that we are calling co-initial vectors. See here. After this, co-linear vectors, of course, co-initial vectors. Co-initial vectors. Here, what about the co-initial vector students? The number of vectors initiating from same point. What this is? The number of vectors initiating from the same point. Such vectors we are calling co-initial vectors. See here. The number of vectors. Originating from same point, are said to be co-initial vectors. Right? Now for the co-initial vectors we will take. Under co-initial andre one given point in the bhalast vector originate ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು. ನಾವೇನು ಕರಿತೀವಿ co-initial vector ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. See here. What this is? I will take a point. See here. This is the point I will take. From this point consider so many vectors are originating. See here. This vector we are calling P vector. Right? Now this vector we are calling, this vector we are calling R vector. Let us take one more vector. This is nothing but S vector, right? This is the one vector. Shall I call this vector? This vector is nothing but M vector. One more vector we can call like this. This is nothing but M vector like this. I mean, from a given point, let us take the given point is 4. From a given point, the number of vectors are originating. Such vectors we are calling co-initial vectors. On ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಇಂದ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಒರಿಜಿನೇಟ್ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕ್ರಿ. ಅವು ನಾವೇನು ಕರಿತೀವಿ? co-initial vectors ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. After this, let us take the one more type of vectors. Co-planar vectors. Co-planar vectors. Right. Co-planar vectors mean the number of vectors lying in the same plane. What this is? The number of vectors lying in the same plane. Such vectors are said to be co-planar vectors. ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಒಂದು ಆಯತದೊಳಗೆ ಇರಬೇಕ್ರಿ. ನಾವು ನಾವೇನು ಕರಿತೀವಿ? co-planar vectors ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Look at it here. The number of vectors. The number of vectors. The number of vectors. Number of vectors line in same plane, same plane or called as co-planar vectors. Co-planar vectors. Shall I take here co-planar vectors? How they looks like? The board is a plane, right? In this plane, let us take so many vectors are there. Shall I take so many vectors here? This is one vector we can call. This is the another vector we can call. This is the another vector. Shall I take? Its name is P. Its name is Q. This name is S. Right? Three vectors are lying in the same plane. How to join it actually? This is one vector can come from this point, you can join like this. From this point you can join like this, or you can join like this also. Right? All three vectors are lying in the same plane. So vectors we are calling co-planar vectors. After this, the one more type of vector that we are calling orthogonal vectors. Orthogonal vectors. Orthogonal vectors. Orthogonal vectors, right? Orthogonal mean if the number of vectors are mutually perpendicular to each other. What they are? Number of vectors are mutually perpendicular to each other. Such vectors we are calling orthogonal vectors. Shall I take the definition? ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ಗಳ್ರಿ ಒಂದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಲಂಬವಾಗಿರಬೇಕು. ಅದು ನಾವೇನು ಕರಿತೀವಿ? ಆರ್ಥೋಗೋನಲ್ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Shall I write here directly? Orthogonal vectors. The number of vectors. The number of vectors are the number of vectors are mutually perpendicular to each other. Mutually perpendicular to each other. Mutually perpendicular to each other. Such vectors are said to be orthogonal vectors. Simple example I will take. Already in the previous definition we have seen about the coplanar vectors, right? How they are all vectors are lying in the same plane. Shall I take it is one vector? This vector is nothing but p vector. This vector what I am calling, this vector is nothing but p vector. What about this? This vector shall I call this base vector, right? This p vector perpendicular to q vector. Q vector perpendicular to s vector. S vector perpendicular to p vector, right? Then what you can call, these are orthogonal vectors. How they are? Number of vectors mutually perpendicular to each other, or like this also possible. This is one vector, this is another vector. Shall I call this is p vector? What about this? This is nothing but p vector. They are mutually perpendicular to each other. See here, all orthogonal vectors, they are coplanar vectors only, because the number of vectors are mutually perpendicular and all three vectors, all two vectors are lying in the same plane. This one lying in the same plane. This is the plane. Or here, what you can get? This is one vector, this is second vector. What about from this third vector? All lying in the same plane. I mean, all orthogonal vectors are nothing but coplanar vectors. Ready? Now, orthogonal, all orthogonal vectors are coplanar vectors. After this, let us take the one more type of vector. That vector we are calling null vector. Null vector. Null vector. Null vector. Null mean or zero vector. Zero vector mean or null vector mean the vector of zero magnitude and having no sense of direction. What this is? The vector of zero magnitude and having no sense of direction, that we are calling zero vector. See here, that simply the vector of zero magnitude. The vector of zero magnitude. The vector of zero magnitude. Vector of zero magnitude is called as null vector. Is called as null vector. Generally, practically, how to represent null vector? Students, I will take coordinate axis, x axis and y axis. In the x axis and y axis, we have the origin. Look at me. This is nothing but coordinates. What we are calling x axis, and this is nothing but the y. This is nothing but origin. What is the null vector? The vector of zero magnitude. This is nothing but zero magnitude. Zero magnitude means its magnitude is zero here, either along x axis or y axis. Or let us take the particle is at rest. Velocity of the particle is at rest. Displacement of the particle is at rest. At rest position, we can represent by zero vector. For example, this is one particle. This particle, it is at rest. Rest means its initial velocity is zero. Initial velocity is zero. Then initial velocity zero means this we are calling zero vector. Or let us take the particle moving with uniform velocity, acceleration zero. Acceleration zero. Acceleration zero means what? Here zero is a zero vector. Acceleration zero means it is a zero vector. I mean, any particle at rest or any particle moving with zero acceleration or the particle originating at origin point, that can be represented by zero vector. I mean, it has no magnitude and no sense of direction. Here you won't represent no sense of direction. In what direction zero vector is there? This we are calling null vector. After this, let us take the one more type of vector, that we are calling unit vector. Right, unit vector. Unit vector means what? Unit vector means the vector of magnitude 1. The vector of magnitude 1, that we are calling unit vector. ಯಾವ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್ 1 ಆಗಿರ್ತದರಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವೇನು ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಶಾಲ್ ಐ ಟೇಕ್ ಹಿಯರ್ the vector of unit magnitude. The vector of unit magnitude. The vector of unit magnitude. Unit magnitude. Magnitude is called as unit vector. Called as unit vector. See here. How to represent unit vector? It is very important. Look at me here. Shall I take a vector? This is one vector. Vector A. Its value is 1 Newton. Its value is 1 Newton. Now students, here a unit vector, how to represent? A vector of magnitude 1 or unit, that we are calling unit vector. Important point is here representation of a unit vector. How to represent unit vector generally? Any vector can be represented in terms of unit vector. Any vector you can call. Either coplanar vectors, you can call equal vectors, you can call unequal vectors, you can call negative vectors, whatever it may be. Any vector can be represented by unit vector. Then in the unit vector, how to represent? In this case, see here. In this case, the vector A is there. Vector A's magnitude is 1. Then I will represent this magnitude like this. This magnitude like this. Then A cap. A cap represent unit vector. A is one vector. Then what about this? This is the modulus of vector A. Moduli of vector A. Moduli means the quantity of vector which has magnitude positive. This is nothing but moduli. Moduli means it is a magnitude of vector, that is positive magnitude of vector. What we are calling this is moduli. A vector equal to moduli A into A cap. What is A cap? A cap represents unit vector. Shall I take the unit vector? How to represent directly? The unit vector can be represented A cap. A cap equal to how much? A cap equal to vector A divided by modulus A. Modulus A. What is moduli? Moduli represents positive number of a vector, positive magnitude of a given vector. See here, this we are calling the unit vector representation. Already I have said that any vector can be represented in terms of a unit vector. Shall I take any vector? How to represent in terms of unit vector? That by taking example we will see here. What happens here? Look at my students. Shall I take here? Any vector can be represented in terms of unit vector, I say. How to represent? This is very important. Now I will take different types of vectors. See here. Shall I take? This is one vector I will call. This is one vector. Represent P. I will represent this vector by unit vector I cap. How to write this actually? In terms of vector component. Vector P equal to how much? Vector A into I cap. What is I cap? Unit vector. Its value is 1. Or in a plane, shall I take in the plane? How to take? In the plane, two vectors are there. Shall I take this is nothing but two vectors. See here, this one is the vector along x-axis is P, and along y-axis how much? Along y-axis it is nothing but QR. The components of vectors are there. See here, this is Px. What about this? This is Py. Component of vector. Along x-axis unit vector is I cap, along y-axis unit vector is j cap. And this is one vector. Resultant vector we can call. This is nothing but resultant vector. Shall I call this P? What is P here? P can be written like this. P vector can be represented. See here, P vector equal to Px I cap plus Py j cap. What is Px and Py? Px represent component of vector P along x-axis. Py represent component of vector P along y-axis. And what is I cap and j cap? I cap represent unit vector along x-axis. J cap represent unit vector along y-axis. Shall I take in 3-dimensional how to represent the unit vector? Look at here. This is about the 2-dimensional. In 3-dimensional how to represent? See here students, shall I take a cube here? Look at me. I will take a cube. See here. This I will take. Right? This we are calling x-axis. Along the x-axis, I cap is there. along the y-axis, shall I call this nothing but the j cap. Along the z-axis, shall I call along the z-axis we are calling k cap. I cap, j cap, k cap represent unit vector along x-axis, y-axis and z-axis respectively. See here, in this case, let us take any vector is available. See here, this is the one vector I can call. This is one vector. Shall I call this name? This name is p vector. In p vector, has the component along x-axis as px, along y-axis component is py, along z-axis component is pz. Right? Px, py, pz. How to represent that? In terms of unit vector, vector p can be written. How much? Vector p can be represented px I cap plus py j cap plus how much? Ez k cap. Ez k cap. These are what? Representation of vector in terms of unit vector. Px represent component of p along x-axis, py represent component of p along y-axis, pz represent component of p along z-axis with respective unit vectors I cap, j cap and k cap. These are what? Concern to zero vector and unit vector. The further concept concern to vector we will see in the next class. Thank you, students.